What's up, everybody? Welcome to the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We got another big one from Radio Row as the great Clarence Hill has been out working again. Exclusive interview with Micah Parsons. Words from Quinnen Williams, Tank Lawrence. Bryan Broaddus stops by. The show starts. Meow. It's media night.
All the players talk to the media, and it's a circus.
And now you're here too.
Very excited. We've already got some big guests on tap.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast live from Radio Row, presented by our friends at Prize Picks. Use the promo code DLLS. You get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. And by our friends at Ownwell. Stop overpaying. Start saving with Ownwell at ownwell.com/Texas. It's day two. We're cooking. Clarence is cooking, if we're honest. Clarence is cooking. Jesse and I are happy to be here. We're gonna do our best show. Clarence is cooking.
How was the homeless people today?
Oh my God.
Oh, they were there. We all had an observation that we did share, though.
We did have an observation.
There is a situation between our hotel and here. It's not the best, but they've yet to ask for anything.
Nothing.
They're just living their crack life.
That's why we got to mind our business.
They're just minding their own. A lot of limps, a lot of hunches.
We have to mind the business that pays us.
Listen, compared to Dallas, where you can't walk 2 feet downtown without a homeless person asking you for $1 or something to eat, they don't ask you for nothing here.
No, they don't.
Intro us in, young fella.
Oh, hello, everyone. It's good to see you. My name is Jeff.
Can I give you something messy?
And I'm next to former Cowboy wide receiver Jesse Holly.
You know I'm Captain Messy.
Oh.
And he is next to the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Mr. Clarence Hill.
Micah Parsons sucks.
Oh!
Wow, we're going to do that today?
And we also, I think we need to shout out to ESPN, because if I heard right, I didn't see it, but if I heard right, on their show Get Up, they just stripped the logo straight off Clarence's video and credited a totally different outlet for the hell of it for Clarence's interview with Dak.
They stripped it. They cut it down smaller.
They said, good job to The Athletic.
Yeah, they gave the credit to the completely different outlet. All you can see is Clarence hand holding the mic. I'm like, wait a second. This is
That's us. Black hand? You saw the black hand?
Yeah, I'm like, not during Black History Month. Don't do us like that.
That's fair.
And before we get into the Micah stuff, can y'all clear up something for the people? Because there's some dangerous stuff out there on the internet.
We
don't clear up any rumors.
Y'all are messy.
We make jokes.
People don't understand your sense of humor.
And because Clarence has so many contacts and has been in many out-of-town places with Micah Parsons' mom, we joke about it. But I did see one of the psycho. I shouldn't say that. Yeah, one of the Cowboy following fan accounts saying something about you, and then somebody responded to him. Well, like, I heard he's dating Micah's mom.
I mean, that's crazy.
Let's set the record straight. Not accurate. Not accurate.
That we know of.
But funny.
That we know of. I'm just saying.
We're going to respect Micah's mom.
No,
we're going to respect mom.
We respect Micah's mom with all due respect. Like, it's a little bit of just tongue in cheek. We apologize if we offended anybody, but
yes. But now that we got it out of the way,
right?
We do have a connection with Micah.
We do.
And he did talk to me.
The fact that you and his mom are close.
you guys.
Dad, his brother.
Yes, that's what I meant. The family. Yes, of course. And so let's just get to it. Clarence tracked down Micah Parsons. Can't wait to see what other outlets will strip our logo off of it and who they'll credit for it. But Clarence and Micah Parsons, let's go.
To have the season you had and to end it with an injury, just talk about the frustration there.
Obviously it was frustrating for me for how I wanted to finish the year, but if God felt like it's something I need to become a better person, that's just what I need. That's why I say it's delay, not denial.
Right. Is Dallas behind you? Have you moved on, or there still is some motivation there at all, or what happened with the Cowboys?
Motivation in what?
That you're not with the Cowboys.
Like
that how it all went down.
you know, how it went down is, you know, there's only two people who know the real truth,
right?
Me and Jerry Jones. So, you know, I'm not mad or anything. You know, I mean, bro, I went to another historic organization. I got paid, you know, historically about. So, you know, I got really nothing to be mad about in this world.
But any regrets at all how everything transpired? Maybe not how it ended, but just how we went about the process.
Yeah, you know, I just wish some of those things never happened.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I wish that, you know, he never brought me into the office and just let the agent speak. And I wish he had compromised our relationship. Like, I thought me and Jerry had a good relationship up to that point and then to this offseason. And it's sad that it went to like that.
Is it over?
You know, I'm a forgiving person. I don't know about Jerry, but, you know, I have no bad blood. If I saw Jerry today, I would shake hands with him and say, still thank you for the opportunity that I had to be a Cowboy.
When was the last time you talked to him? Before the trade?
Nah, I mean, technically through email.
Y'all emailed since the trade?
Nah. Well, I saw him email my agent, but last time I talked to Jerry was my son's birthday, March 18th, when I was in his office.
That was the last time you talked to him?
Yeah.
March 18th.
My son's
They
birthday.
had a relationship y'all had. That's the last time you talked to him.
That's time I talked to him, when I left that office.
So that stings a little bit, just because you're, you know.
I mean, that's just how he wanted it.
Okay. All right, man. Well, good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
That's Clarence doing what he does. And as people in the chat said during this interview, Clarence, I'm on my little tiny personal YouTube channel, and I see one from a guy named Playmakers. He said, chill, mad, messy. And Sir Deezy said, Papa messy. Now, did you consider this interview to be messy?
I don't know how it was messy. You know, it was interesting because
It better be
as
interesting.
as you saw yesterday, we interviewed Pickens, right?
Yep.
We aired Pickens yesterday, right? Did we air Pickens?
Yeah, we
yesterday?
heard Pickens yesterday. Yeah.
And Micah crashed.
Check yesterday's show. We had Dak Prescott and George Pickens in the first 2
And
segments.
Micah crashed the Pickens interview.
Yeah, he wanted to be a part of it.
And, you know, just been at the Pro Bowl, just talking to him. We were at the Pro Bowl hotel. He was been with Dak. You know, he was working out with Dak. He's been with his former Cowboys teammates the whole time. He's actually going to do his offseason rehab with Dak's guy, Luke Miller. You know, and he's working out in Dallas. But he's one of his Cowboys teammates. So I'm interviewing Pickens at the Pro Bowl practice. Micah crashed the interview. He comes in and crashed the interview. So, you know, that's why I asked Pickens yesterday. We're talking about it.
When you said, you're getting his money.
I said,
that was messy.
Listen, no, it's like you take the layup.
Yeah.
Micah walks in. I'm talking about Pickens, my friends. Micah walks up, and I said, well, let's just cut to the chase. Jerry said, because we got rid of Micah, we got money to pay you.
Right.
That's real talk.
Have you guys seen the way we look on camera? Do I look tiny?
You do look tiny.
Yeah, you
look tiny, and I look smushed in like I'm trying.
I need to get a bench. What if I stick my legs out? Will that make me look bigger?
I mean, I was trying to make a point
Go ahead.
here. I mean, you know, but so that's how it went down. And so I wasn't being messy. So after that interview, I walked over to Michael. He turned down somebody, guy. I said, Mike, I know you want to talk. Let's talk. He said, okay, man, let's talk. You know, and I just asked him about how everything went down, you know, with the Cowboys and, you know, if it's in the past and if he had any regrets. And as you heard in the interview, you know, he said the only people that know what went down is me and Jerry, but he hates how it's sad how his relationship with Jerry went to shit. Okay, that was his words.
Yeah.
You know, and he was disappointed because he thought he had a great relationship with Jerry, how he went to shit. He talks about how he regrets. He said, I don't regret it, but I just wish I would have never went in that room. I would have wished I would have never went in that office with Jerry and just let my agent handle it. That's his regrets. I just wish I wouldn't have went in there. When Jerry tries to get you, where I talk about trying to get you to negotiate without your agent.
Right.
I just wish I wouldn't have gone in there and I would let my agent handle it.
And that's if there's any fault that I give to Micah in this whole situation, is Micah, and I'll die on this hill. Micah, for as big as of a star that he is, and as good as a player that he is, Micah wants to be liked.
Yes.
Needs to be liked.
And he wants to be in that circle.
He wants to be in that circle.
To feel important.
He's
Right.
a baby.
Right.
That's not an excuse.
It is an excuse.
I think
It's not an excuse.
I think it is.
It is an excuse.
Think it's an excuse too?
Yeah.
I think it's the very standard, and this maybe doesn't even belong on this show, but I think that is a very standard people in position of power attempting to manipulate the people who don't have power.
Right. But
If Micah could do it over again, he'd probably still be a Cowboy because he wouldn't have made the guy who's used to getting his way and being able to manipulate his power. He wouldn't have offended him by at the end of it going, no, you didn't get me. Call my agent. Like, I think Jerry was like, yes, I have used my influence to work my way around this to help myself. And then when Micah was like, right, but I'm not signing anything. Like, that's my agent's job.
Yeah.
Like, now you've severed a relationship through ignorance. And I don't use it in the negative term.
Right,
like,
right.
Micah didn't know any
Not
better.
even
He
to
wants
get
to be in a
everything.
room
He
with the
never
team
did
owner. He
anything.
wants to hang out. He
was
wants
like
to.
with the Zeke stuff. When
Yeah.
Zeke got mad because he said, Zeke who? I mean, Jerry does. This is games. This is negotiating. Jerry's negotiated with powerful men. All different leaders of business.
Right.
But
how was that not a part of your thought process to know?
because you think you're young. People are young, dumb, and what?
I'm not.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
They're just
but
young
saying
and
that,
dumb.
You.
No, he
I
was
wish you had
wrong.
some kids because 20-year-olds think they know everything.
I
They
was a
think
20-year-old at one point in time.
Yes, you were different, Jesse. You were different because most 20-year-olds think they know everything. They think they've been through everything, and I got 20-year-olds right now that swear we're dumb and they know everything about the world, and they don't. Keep on living. It's like I said, if you don't have the same thought process at 20 as you do at 40 and 50. If you do, you haven't learned nothing.
Yeah.
You don't know everything at 20, but many times people think they know everything, and they think, and as I said yesterday, they think it's not going to happen to me. I'm different. I'm Micah. Jerry had me in his box at the Super Bowl. Jerry, that's my guy.
Yeah.
This is my dream, and he's been taking care of me and my family since we got here. So it's easy to get.
And he's rich and famous, and he wants to hang out.
Yes.
Chat with him. That
All
sounds
that.
fun.
But the key thing about this, he says I had no regrets and I moved on. I'm in a great situation and I got more money. I'm not mad at anything, but bitterness lingers. And if you listen to him and as he talked about it, he has not spoken. This guy had a great relationship. He said, I'm sad it went to shit. But he said he has not talked to Jerry since March 18th. Very specific about the date. So April, May, June, July, August, no conversation with this guy he had a great relationship with.
Yeah.
Have not talked to Jerry since March 18th. The last time I talked to Jerry was my son's birthday, March 18th, when I was in that office. And of course, we remember Clarence Hill broke the story at the owners' meeting.
Get back
that
there,
they
reach
had
back
the
there,
deal.
get you some.
I got you.
They had the deal in late March.
Yeah.
Nobody else had that. Okay,
Uh-huh.
remember that. Okay, but
Jerry
March
had a
8th
deal.
Yeah, but Jerry, March 18th, my son's birthday. Last time I talked to him when I left the office, and he said the only correspondence they've had was through email when he emailed his agent, but no talk. And I just said it's distinct. That's just how he wanted it. But the fact that he has not talked to him, he remembers the date. He had not talked to Jerry since March 18th. That just tells you that there's some bitterness there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day,
At the end of the day,
and Mike even said it. Talked about him being a forgiving person.
Yeah, he
and
is.
This will work itself out because that's how Jerry works. Is when Micah's done playing in a couple years, 10 years, whatever it may have you, he still.
you think it in 10?
If I said 5, the people that said I'm being a hater, so just
No. I'm saying,
Jerry.
do you think both parties will?
Yeah, Jerry's gonna outlive all of us.
Okay.
Y'all keep playing. We're not gonna make it longer than Jerry.
You got a blood boy, cut love?
He's gonna be here to make sure that we suffer for a very long time. Okay,
Oh, no.
it's not going anywhere. But look at Jerry doesn't have bad relationships. At the end of the day,
Well, Jimmy, but it took a long time.
they figured it out.
A long time.
They figured it out.
A long time.
But player-wise-
back and forth stuff, because it's still back and forth stuff.
Yeah, I still don't believe it's good.
Player-wise
Huh?
stuff,
I still don't believe it's good.
he works that out.
Well,
Jerry don't deal with
Will-
perceived betrayal
Micah-
well.
we'll see how the
Micah
picks come
still
out.
lives in Dallas. He still hangs around in Dallas, as you can see.
Yeah.
And maybe because they didn't have Green Bay Pro Bowl players here, he decided I'll stick to the guys that I know I don't want to be by myself. I'll go back to the guys that I'm friends with.
That's
to hang out.
crazy. That's crazy. There's no Green Bay Pro Bowlers here.
Am I tripping?
I don't know. Maybe the linebacker. I
Do
don't
they have another
know.
one? I mean, every quarterback got to go, right?
No, just the AFC side. Not
Oh,
the NFC side.
well,
That's
Hurts
the
just got
AFC.
in, didn't he? Like, everybody's in.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, he has about if he had 3-4 Green Bay players here, maybe they'd be different.
Okay.
Maybe he wouldn't be hanging around with Dak and the rest of the crew. But he doesn't know anybody else here in San Francisco, so he hangs with the people that he knows.
Can I be?
And most injury guys don't show up then. Most
Again,
injured guy don't. Most injured
But that's
guys
who he.
don't
That's
show
why
up.
he went in Jerry's
That's why-
office.
and that's the point
He
I'm
wants
talking
to
about.
be
He's-
in the mix.
Right,
the
but that's
FOMO.
that's the youthfulness of.
The
Yes,
FOMO.
but that's part of the youthfulness of. That's what I'm saying. You can't say youth is not part of that.
All right, I'm gonna be real messy and a hater, just real fast though. I think all of those relationships end up working out once Jerry gets what he wants, and this one he didn't. Like if Jerry wins a Super Bowl, he'll be friends with Micah. If not, that will not be a good relationship. That's
Yeah,
my
because
theory.
it's gonna
Because
be
Jerry
a-
doesn't handle
It's
not
gonna be a
winning.
gorilla on his head.
Yeah, well,
If Green Bay gets to the
is
Super
that
Bowl,
a monkey?
if Mike becomes a Hall of Famer and Jerry and the Cowboys still don't win, yeah, it's always gonna be Jerry made a mistake.
Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, we also heard from Quinnen Williams. Let's talk about this Cowboys defense and what could be different according to Big Q. It's next. Let's take a moment to talk about our friends at Mars Men. I love me some Mars Men because you know what happens when you're, I'm 41, and I tell you, it probably crept up on me in my 30s even when you start noticing, oh, my energy levels aren't the same. My muscle mass isn't the same. I can exercise the same way and eat the same way, and I don't look quite as good. I don't feel quite as good. I'm a napper. Our friends at Mars Men can help take care of you. It's a potent and natural testosterone stack that optimizes your body's ability to forge usable testosterone. That's what's great about it. You want some energy, strength, focus back, and you get it without shutting your body down. No synthetics, no needles, no dependency, just real natural ingredients made in the USA, third-party tested, 90-day money-back guarantee. For a limited time, our listeners get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. It's a perfect way to kick off the new year strong. Mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. After you purchase, they're going to ask where you heard about them. Please support us and say that DLLS, we sent you, okay? Also want to talk about our friends at Ownwell, ownwell.com/Texas. This happens to me every year. Somewhere in the month of January, usually, I get something in the mail, and it's my property tax bill. And holy cow, it went up again. Shocking, right? Well, last year I did something about it. I went to ownwell.com/Texas, and in 3 minutes, I had them taking care of that for me. They're professionals at this. They protest your property tax and make sure that you're not paying more than you should, more than you have to. Ownwell takes care of it. You don't know what you're doing in terms of, oh, I'm going to go have hearings and paperwork, waste my weekend. No. Sign up in under 3 minutes at ownwell.com and let them take care of you the way that they did for me, the way that they did for Jesse. The average Ownwell user saves $1,102. That's the average savings at Ownwell. 86% of their customers get their assessed values reduced and save on their property taxes. So stop overpaying, start saving with Ownwell. You can sign up in 3 minutes at ownwell.com/Texas. That's OWNWELL.com/Texas. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast, and it rolls on from Radio Row in San Francisco. And the MVP of these trips is always the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys, Clarence Hill, and John, because John's got to chase him around and deal with all this stuff. And so we're just going to keep going through what did Clarence do the day before, basically, is our show. Shout out to our friends at Big Brothers Big Sisters as well. We're going to tomorrow be making a push for donations. You can do it today, but tomorrow's going to be our day for the big push at Big Brothers Big Sisters of America because we have a partnership with them and we love what they do and we love being able to help them raise money, find mentors for young people. And you can help at bbs.org/ALLCITY. And by the way, this is technically a tote that thing on a Tuesday.
Dang.
But what we're going to tote is what we're not going to tote. Okay? And it's presented by our friends at Ownwell, ownwell.com/Texas. Start saving. Stop overpaying on your property taxes with our friends at Ownwell. And we're just going to send it to the Quinnen Williams interview and talk about what we are not going to tote, which is anything from last year's defense. We're going to tote forward some new stuff. And here's Clarence and Quinnen.
Number one, how's it feel to be in a Pro Bowl? You NFC, how many games you play with the Cowboys? You surprised?
It's dope. That's dope, man. It's super fun, super dope. It's an honor to be here, especially from the Cowboys perspective and on the team, the Cowboys, and representing the Cowboys. It's super dope, man. I can't wait to do all I can for the organization to win football games and ultimately get to the Super Bowl. So,
how does it feel for 8 Cowboys to be here, but the Cowboys ain't in the playoffs? That kind of frustrating.
Good, man. It's feel good, especially a test to the guys on offense, man, who did the things that they did this year. I feel like everybody know, and I know for sure we got one of the best offenses in the league. Right. And it's a super dope honor for me to represent the defense here and the struggles that we did have, and for the future to be bright for us, man, to get better and to help this organization win football games. So,
have you met the new defense coordinator yet?
I haven't met him yet. I talked to him brief, and just super excited for his accomplishments and things he's accomplished, and can't wait to get on the same page and get ready to work. So.
Have you talked to any Eagles about the scheme and the kind of coach he is at all, or I don't know if you have any?
Not really. I haven't kind of really had a chance to really do my research and different things like that on him, and just enjoy him. I know the Cowboys do a great job with hiring. I know Coach Shoddy do a great job with bringing people in with the same mindset that he have, and to do the things that he know that we can do on defense to win football games with the talent that we do have. So.
What have they told you about the scheme and how it's going to run, and maybe how it affects the guys up front?
Like I said, it was very brief. And I haven't kind of really had much intercourse when it come down to talk to them about that. But it's going to be dope to be able to get a chance to talk to them and get a chance to learn. So,
okay, thank you, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
And so my understanding there, Clarence, is with about 30 seconds left when you hear the horn, that was when media had to get off the field, and you just kept talking to Quinnen, and then you had 3 more interviews after that?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the 2-minute warning, right?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, come on. What they gonna do? What are they doing? It's Pro Bowl. They're not even playing football. They're doing games.
Yeah,
That's why they call it a Pro Bowl game. They're not. It's not football practice.
yeah, it's true.
And we're there. We get 15 minutes, and so we're gonna maximize. It's a lot of Cowboys to talk to.
What's that?
8 Cowboys. I mean, you got to bounce around. You got to stick and move.
That's true. Did you miss anybody?
I didn't get everybody. I didn't get the kicker.
Who else did you not get?
Did you get Turpin?
I got Turpin.
Who did you not get other than the kicker?
I missed the kicker and I missed Ferguson.
That has got to be.
Oh, that's gotta be racist.
Got to be one.
That's gotta be racist.
Y'all need to stop.
No, that really might be. That might be racist.
Stop there.
That might be.
Y'all need to stop there. We got 8 guys. And I didn't have time to get to everybody.
Yeah,
no, I
fair.
didn't get CD either. CD crashed the interview.
He crashed. He showed up.
I did not interview CD. He crashed the interview.
But that's because you offended him.
Might be a little racist, but it is Black History Month.
Fair.
We give him a.
That's fair.
We give him a pass.
It's fair.
We give him a pass.
Don't try that. Don't try that at the comp. Well, it'll still be comp. Does it go into March? It goes into March.
No.
We'll check. No, straight February.
Yeah.
Is it all February?
Yeah.
All right, you're
That's
good
not
for
what
now.
happened.
You're
That's not
fine.
what- don't do that.
You're fine.
Anyway, Quinnen talked. He talked about being excited as a guy to represent the defense, only play on defense at the Pro Bowl. Wonder why.
Well, yeah. Who else was supposed to be there?
And the fact that he played 5-6 games, made the Pro Bowl in the NFC. I mean, most of the season he was in the AFC. But that tells you the respect
Yeah.
that he has, around the league and everybody. And when he did play, certainly the first 3 games, it was lights out. And you saw what he meant and the type of player he was. But he said, yeah, we need to step up, and shout out to the guys on offense, because clearly it was an offensive flavor for the Cowboys here at the Pro Bowl. He has not yet talked to Christian Parker, CP. He plans to. He's going to talk to some Eagles players about CP and the type of scheme he runs. But he said everybody in the organization, as you heard, is excited about CP and what he's going to bring, and he can't wait to work with him.
And for Quinnen, the kind of mix in some late night news last night, the Cowboys did sign Marcus Dixon to come in and coach their defensive line, former teammate of mine. So, if you're coming into a place as a coach and you're trying to look around and saying, and I'm sure this was like what Eberflus saw last year. He was like, oh, I get to coach Micah Parsons? Great, sign me up. Right before a guy like Marcus Dixon, who will come in and work the defensive line, to have Quinnen Williams as your centerpiece of it all is a absolute great start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing the Cowboys can hang their hat on as they get into this offseason and looking for free agents and looking at the draft on what they need or don't need. For years and years and years, we would go into the offseason saying, boy, we need some hogs up front. Boy, we need some dogs up front. We need somebody in the middle to stop this. They don't have to talk about that this year.
Yeah.
They for sure have that in Quinnen Williams and his ability to be able to just be. And the thing I love about Quinnen is Quinnen's the type of player I don't need to scheme up. Roll the ball out. Go play football, big dog.
He's better than you.
Go play football, big dog. I got to get the other guys around him schemed up. But for Quinnen, go play football, big dog, and we'll figure out the rest of the stuff. You know what I mean? So having him is definitely put the front of this defense in a good place for the next couple of years. Now you got to get the rest of the guys going.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Better be a question.
And it's not messy, which is different. And it might be dumb. I want to preface it that way too. Do you think And the answer might be, what are you talking about? Absolutely not. Everybody's just trying their best. Because I think of Quinnen Williams, and his experience was with the New York Jets, and they were, throughout his career, good at defense, but terrible at offense.
Right.
And I mean but with 2 T's.
Yep.
Not but terrible on offense. And so I think, like, in his brain, he's been here, but it was other people, not him and his people.
Right.
And so, like, that's who I want to be responsible for trying to turn it around, even though it's not like he wasn't trying his hardest. So I don't know, does it make it in any way that could mean something, that he's lived this? He's going to be the best player on your defense, and he's lived with half of the team letting him down over and over again. Or does that mean nothing? Like, I think that experience to me makes me somehow feel a little bit better, that he'll look at that and be like, this is not okay.
Yeah, but
1 T or 2? Okay, you're going to hit me with the hand?
no, this is the greatest.
It ain't his fault anyway.
But it's one man. And so one man won't be able to control an entire defense. Right. Especially from his position.
Yeah.
You know, he's not a shutdown corner. He's not a tenacious pass rusher from the edge. It's very difficult to
Go give me 11 sacks and stuff the run a bunch. Quinnen, go give me about 11 of them.
Okay. You want Aaron Donald now. Now you want Aaron Donald.
See, the problem is, and even with Aaron Donald, and it's something we talked about with Micah, and sometimes we talked to D-Law, and sure we'll have an interview with D-Law at some point, but he can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
He can't do it by himself. You need other dogs with him. So, I mean, he couldn't do it by himself in New York, and they had better defensive players around him in New York with the Jets, and they didn't win nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what can Quinnen do by himself? He still needs help. D-Law needed help, which is why it's working out in Seattle, because he don't have to be the only dog in Seattle. Micah needed help.
Yeah.
You know, he had double-digit sacks every year.
Yeah.
He needed help. He can't do it by himself. So even if Quinnen gets 12 sacks, it won't matter if he don't have edge rushers. It won't matter if he don't got guys in the secondary. It won't matter if you don't have linebackers that are doing their job.
How much are we banking on? You mentioned the latest hire that the Cowboys have made on defense, Marcus Dixon. And, like, if you had to pick one of them, what are we actually going to be banking on more to improve this defense? New coaching staff or infusion of talent?
Infusion of talent.
It has to be talent.
It has to be talent.
It has to be talent because, listen, and that's the thing about it is, when Aaron Whitecotton came here, raved.
Sure.
Oh, he's a great defensive line coach, right? Great defensive line coach.
Yeah.
You know, raved about him. There was so much raved about him. We should make Aaron Whitecotton the defense coordinator. You know, there was so much.
Easy now.
There was a lot of.
You don't get to just say in that voice as if it came from here somewhere. Just anything you saw on the internet is not something that everybody thought.
Cowboy fans, everybody, nothing but reporter media. Everybody raved about Aaron Whitecotton and the type of coach he was in New York and coming here. It don't make no difference if you ain't got no players.
Yeah.
You know, and so we get a lot, and now everybody.
But in theory, your players are better than they showed. I'm not saying good. Deron Bland's a better player than he was last year. Malik Hooker was a better player 2 years ago than he was last year. Like, some of these guys literally played worse football.
We're just talking about defensive line. I'm just talking about defensive line, right? You're talking about what Marcus Dixon is going to do. And Marcus Dixon is getting a lot of credit for what he's done with players, but you need players.
No, but I meant the whole. Like, Christian Parker, like, how much faith are we putting in? We were that poorly coached that there will be a good jump because we're better coached.
We don't know where DeJuan Bland is at this point. Do we know what type of player he is? Do we know?
He got feet stuff.
Got feet problems.
And do we know that he wasn't the benefit of that pass?
I mean, I know that he was.
I'm just asking you.
But that's why I said to you.
He was a fifth-round pick for a reason,
That's
right?
why I said to you yesterday about how important that number 12 pick will be, because
it
has to be perfect. It literally has to be perfect. Everything has to work, especially like 12 for sure, 20. Those first 2 draft picks in the Cowboys for this year, they have to be perfect, because this team is so void of talent that if they don't get these guys to hit and everybody hitting on all cylinders, Christian Parker, people raved about him, and same with Marcus Dixon, and they're going to do the same with all the other coaches. But every time you rave about him, you're not raving about how he developed the Jesse Hollies of the world. You're talking about how you raved about how he's developing first high draft picks and high second round picks.
Yeah.
those guys are a lot easier to make all pros than it is to make the others all pros. So that's why it's so significant that these guys hit when it's time to get on the field.
Well, that's a nice transition because if we got to hit on these draft picks, let's talk to somebody who knows a little bit about the draft. Let's bring in our guy, Bryan Broaddus from Crown Global Media. Make sure you're following that outlet and from the Fan. He'll be with us next right here on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Let's talk about our friends over there at Wild Fork Foods. I've told you it's my favorite store on planet Earth. You know, I don't know what your favorite store is, but just I'm telling you, if you go to Wild Fork Foods one time, you will have a new favorite store. Don't buy your meats at the grocery store. Swing by our friends at Wild Fork, their meat and seafood market, and they're absolutely incredible. The experience that you have there is going to be awesome. Not only do they have so many things, over 700 items, including 500 at under $10 a pound, they also have everybody in that store is an expert when it comes to how would you like to prepare this. You want some pre-marinated stuff? They got that. The chimichurri outside skirt steak. Oh, so good. But whatever you're looking for. You're looking for that real high-end cut of meat? They got that for you too. You're looking for something exotic like ostrich or rabbit? They got that for you too. You want sides to complete a meal? Guess what? Wild Fork Foods. Frozen's fresher at Wild Fork Foods Meat and Seafood Market. The organic grass-fed ground beef, 85% lean, $6 a pound. That's about the best I've seen. You got to try them out at one of their 9 area DFW locations. Learn more at their website, wildforkfoods.com. Also, salute to our friends at Branded Bills. You've seen me. I rock a Branded Bills hat about 5 days a week. I love my friends at Branded Bills. T-shirts, too. They got incredible T-shirts. So whether you're in the market for a snapback, a trucker, a fitted, a beanie, a T-shirt, Branded Bills, they got you covered with both performance and style. Isn't that nice? And what if you're looking for some gear to make your brand stand apart from the crowd? Branded Bills has got you covered with the best custom headwear. You can start an order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need. They also have a partnership with 40 colleges as part of their campus collection, including TCU, Texas Tech, Texas. And if you see some of the hats that they make, oh my God, they're gorgeous. So check out our friends at Branded Bills. Upgrade your situation. Get you some sweet hats. Maybe design you some sweet gear. Maybe go get you some T-shirts. It's all there for you with our friends at Branded Bills. You just go over to brandedbills.com, and if you use the code BBDLLS, you are going to get 15% off on your first order. Welcome back, best friends. It's the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Please smash the like button on your way in. We're out here in San Francisco, day 2 on Radio Row. We've had so much exclusive content courtesy of our friend Clarence Hill, and now we're going to have some wonderful draft content courtesy of our friend Bryan Broaddus, who you can find on Crown Global Media. Make sure you're following him on YouTube and on Twitter. On Twitter, there's no O, CRWN, but make sure you're following all that. You got some here on the Fan. First of all, welcome, Bryan, and thank you for hanging out with us.
Welcome to the fight, and I want to first of all thank Clarence Hill for saving our afternoon. His content. So, appreciate the hustle there, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Been working with you a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Going back to Valley Ranch in the media room.
Yeah, you know what? It's been a while. You covered some bad football back then.
Still. One of the greatest Broaddus quotes. I don't know if I can say it. He told somebody to fire their trainer.
Fire the trainer?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they've been working out and then hadn't changed their shape.
Well, they were bragging. They were bragging.
Say, fire your trainer.
A player?
No, it was
It's the media person. You know, we get back there, we start talking to
Listen, Al, don't get in a messy mobile seat and then don't drive it messy. You gotta drive it name when we talk
I'll
about
say
it.
this.
He said, fire your trainer.
Guy was bragging about, like, man, I'm getting in shape, feeling good, all this, and looking good and all that. And I go, man, you might need to fire your trainer. So
That's nice. So, Bryan,
yeah.
Jesse in the last segment was talking about how important it is to nail these draft picks for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, the fact that they've been missing often lately with big picks. Would you agree with, in X number of years, whatever number you want to throw in, that this is the most important first round in quite a while?
Yeah, just because you have so many needs with the, you look at defensively, how things are, we kind of talk about whether you need 5 starters, 6 starters. I mean, are they going to make up some ground in free agency? And that's really can kind of tell you, I'd love for them to go out and not bottom fish. I love the fact that I kind of feel like that, you look at Christian Parker, what he's done with the defensive, with these interviews, with the hires, maybe Shoddy involved too, that Jerry and Steven are staying out of that business. Where they need him to jump back in is when it starts to come, we need your money now.
We need your wallet.
We need your wallet. So jump back in. I don't, I think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to bottom fish. And I think they're going to try and find ways to address as many of these needs as you can before you get to 12 and to 20 and kind of keep that board open, especially at pick 20 if they can.
Bryan, one of the things that I'm looking forward to seeing from Christian Parker and his staff is because we hear about it so much about developing talent.
Sure.
Right. And I think people say it as just a cute term, but don't really understand what that level of development means. And yes, do Patrick Surtain and Quinyon Mitchell need development? Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
But those aren't the guys that they're talking about truly developing.
Right.
Right. And so if you can kind of walk us a little bit down that path of the development that a coach, a defensive coordinator, position coach, especially for the Cowboys, what they need, building that depth, developing that depth, what does that look like from a scouting perspective?
I think that what we all know, and we've been around the organization long enough to know that coaches have a big say in what goes on in personnel. And so if they're recommending somebody, maybe it's somebody they've had, maybe it's somebody that, that they've coached before, that they know, okay, these are the buttons that I can push in order. Now that's different from the guys that are already on the staff. I know as much as I work on the draft, I know we all follow the draft and do it. Jeff, I know, does a lot of stuff with the draft. Donovan Ezeraku. I watched Donovan Ezeraku in the ACC last year go against better offensive tackles and win more often than he did in the National Football League. And like there were some times where I've watched him in Cowboy games, and I'm not talking about going against Jordan Mailata and people like that. There are guys that he played against this year that he is better than, or there's some ACC tackles that were better that he was consistently winning. We didn't see that. We didn't see that. And with Aaron White Cotton and, it's like I'm piling on him, but in a way I am piling on him because to me, you can't have players like the Sam Williams and Fowlers and guys like that. You've got to find a way to get the absolute best out of them. And that's really what the development's all about. It's these coaches get real excited when you bring in one of their guys, or you say, oh, that's one of my draft. We'll bring in that. I can coach him and all that. And then we get 2-3 years down the road and they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And there's the lack of development right there. And I think we've had that, I think that you look at how things have played out. I think in the offensive line, it's worked out pretty well for that, for some of the guys like Terrence Steele, in my opinion, not a draftable player, wasn't drafted, but, they were able to get, Joe Philbin was able to get something out of him. That's where you see the development of some players. And maybe it's not guys that are the highest rated guys or the highest drafted guys, but guys that are 4th, 5th, 6th round guys that all of a sudden. So until you get with these coaches and they tell you what kind of player you want, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I could find you that guy. I could do that. Then once you get it, now what's their responsibility is to get the best. And I think that's where coaches really miss the mark.
Yeah.
I don't think I think that's all of a sudden there's so much pressure on them to have to win right now that they play the guy that's not going to mess things up instead of trying to play a guy that might be a more talented player, but they're fearful about putting him out there because they haven't worked with him and they don't feel confident enough he can do the job.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm jaded, because I've been
covering this team for a long time. You get jaded. I don't blame you.
I mean, I've seen so many.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I was sitting in that room, with the Dallas Cowboys and the scouting stuff, and you and a Todd Archer and a Calvin Watkins and a Tim McMahon and those guys, you were right. People were like, they're being real sensitive about, well, why are they bitching about this? Why are they saying that? And I would say, they're right. They're right. They're absolutely right what we're going through. So I understand being jaded the way you are because you've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, and I was just going, and I got so many questions for you, draft. But just from the coaching standpoint, everybody has high hopes, right? We all got high hopes.
Hopium. We all sell hopium.
I remember when White Cotton came in here.
Yeah.
everybody loved him. There was not one bad word said about why this is a great hire.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
A great hire.
Yeah.
Now we got Marcus Dixon, a
Yeah.
great hire.
Yeah, that's
So I can't get excited.
I don't blame you.
I remember when Matt Eberflus came. I remember when he was the linebackers coach, and everybody loved Matt Eberflus.
Yeah.
And
I don't blame
him?
you. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame people that covered the team. I don't blame the Cowboy fans. I don't blame Cowboy fans for being jaded at all. I mean, I know talking to people about coaches and what they do, and I've been with this guy, this, that, and the other, and you put it out there and you hope for the absolute best. I think that Dan Quinn, I thought they did some nice things with the coaching staff and some of the development of the players, and it reflected that. But yeah, you're right about Aaron Whitecotton. All you heard was great things. And like, hey, Aaron Whitecotton, we hardly knew you. 1 year you're like, hey, Robert Sala's got a job. I'm out of here. See you, boys. That kind of thing. So,
and just going into the draft, I mean, it's all about making up for trading of Micah Parsons. I mean, you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Oh, no, I think your show has been really consistent about that. I think your show has been consistent about, I know Jeff's talked a lot about the Micah Parsons, it's clear you did not have an edge rusher. It's clear you had guys.
I am on the record. I think Micah Parsons was good at football.
That's absolutely
Micah
right.
Parsons
And,
sucks.
I wonder who in that room stood up and said, and this is the argument that I would have if I was, and this is one of the reasons why I got fired, because
you told people what you thought?
Well, yeah, because I stood up to Bill Parcells and me and, and then Sean Payton, we're talking about the quarterback play and all that. And Sean Payton, and Jim Garrett's going, he's the next Troy Aikman, and you're like.
Talk about the baseball player?
Yeah, we're talking about all these players that we had. And Sean Payton looks at me and goes, we're effed. We're effed. We're effed, Jerry. But see, that's what I'm saying, though. It's one of those things where you kind of get into this whole thing and, and you kind of feel like that the coaches, they have a say, and the scouts. But to your point, Jesse, there needs to be a lot more going on here with the drafting. It needs to be a lot better.
So you mentioned Donovan Ezeraku. Do you think the Cowboys can have a good defense with Donovan Ezeraku as their best pass rusher? Or do you think that is something that has to be done?
I thought he could, Jeff. I really could. I thought that, like I said, when you're in that room and all of a sudden you let Micah Parsons walk out of the room, you have an idea like we could have two really outstanding pass rushers. I know, like on my board, he was like, I started looking at these guys like the third best pass rusher in the draft. Carter, Green, and him were guys I was seeing consistently win. And so I'm thinking, man, this guy, the learning curve is going to be small. He's going to be able to rush the passer. He's going to be able to attack the edge. He's able to get around the corner. He's able to flatten. All these things, he did not do all those things, and it looked like a different player. And so, if that's what he's going to be, if he's going to be a defensive end that plays the run and occasionally rushes the passer, you better go get the Micah Parsons guy. And that's where I'm saying in a room, somebody standing up and saying, you know what, listen, if we're going to be really good on offense, how are we going to close these games with no pass rush? How are we going to close these games? If you MFers want to trade Micah Parsons away, let's go on record and say, we've got no pass rush to close these games. We're going to score points, and we think our offense is good enough, but if we don't close games because we don't have a guy, we're going to lose a lot of games.
Yep.
And I think that's where they're kind of looking at it right now. There's so many different ways they could go on defense right now with these two picks that they're about to make.
Yeah. All right, Broaddus, we got about a minute left.
Okay.
And so quickly, my last question is there a lot of pressure now put on Brian Schottenheimer? Because like you said earlier, this feels like the Joneses got out the way, allowed him to have his say in this.
It did.
If this doesn't go well next year, because I don't think he has a long leash to let this thing play out. How much pressure does that put on Brian Schottenheimer and his job security going forward?
Yeah, I think Brian Schottenheimer all of a sudden got a big dose of reality when Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones at the podium said, yeah, Brian was on board with the Eberflus hire. And you see Brian Schottenheimer go,
yes, sir.
Okay.
I run Venezuela.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
So now it's like, listen, okay.
Michael was unanimous.
If I'm part of this, now, I'm going to run the process how I want to run. So, yeah, I think there's always pressure. I do say this about the Joneses, unless it's a Dave Campo administration that was 5-11, 5-11, 5-11 3 years, the Jones family do show a great deal of patience. Hell, I'm working at DallasCowboys.com for 3 years trying to fire Jason Garrett.
Right.
You know, it took really 5 years to do that once it was all really said and done. So I do think there's some pressure on him to a certain extent.
Just quickly, because people want draft things from you. If you had to find a pass rusher at 12 or at 20, give me the name you like at either spot.
Well, you know, if the guys like to say, it depends on what they do scheme-wise, though. At 12, you would love the opportunity for Bain, Messador, those kinds of guys. Bailey from Texas Tech. I mean, those are, depending on how these mock drafts are starting to fall, those are the kind of the top names. I think Howell from Texas A&M is a guy, maybe that's more of a name at 20.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. We
Thank
appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
That's Bryan Broaddus. You can hear him on the Fan. You can hear him on Crown Global Media. Make sure you're following that. It does a favor to a man who's doing us a favor. So follow him on Crown Global Media. And coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, we did hear from Tank Lawrence last night. Is he getting messy on the Cowboys? And whatever else we get into is next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Shout out to our friends at Big Brothers Big Sisters. We absolutely love them, and we would love if you could love them as well and show them some love this week. Tomorrow's going to be the day that we're going to have a big push. We're going to try to beat the other cities at raising money for our friends at Big Brothers Big Sisters. What they do is absolutely incredible. They match kids with caring, consistent mentors. A lot of kids are still waiting for someone to show up. So you get that mentorship, leadership, accountability, community. A lot of those same values we talk about in sports are things that people could use in real life, and Big Brothers Big Sisters helps people out in that way. If you'd like to donate or sign up to be a mentor, that would be great. And the website where you can do that in partnership with us is bbbs.org/ALLCITY, and that can help change a kid's future, which what could you do better than that today? Probably not anything. So hop to it. Also want to encourage you to sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com. When you do that, you get the hookup. You're supporting us, and you're getting access to all the premium content about all your favorite local DFW teams. You just go to alldlls.com. You sign up to be a diehard, and then when you do that, you can also pick a free T-shirt. That's our gift to you, a free T-shirt from our merch store. And we got all sorts of real cool ones. We got the Stay Shiesty. We got the 88 Club. But there are so many other things to choose from if you're not down for either one of those. But whatever your favorite sports team is, pick a T-shirt from that one. It'd be fun to wear to the games. You also, when you're signed up to be a diehard, you get discounts on merch and events. So you want to get you a hoodie. You want to get you a hat. Am I wearing a DLLS hat? Yeah, you want to get you a DLLS hat? I don't know. I don't ever know what I'm wearing. But yeah, you get discounts on that. And you get to join our Discord, which is a lot of fun. It's just a group of fellow diehards like yourself hanging out with all of us, the on-air people, the behind-the-scenes people at DLLS. So it's a really cool community that you can be a part of when you're signed up to be a diehard. We'll send you that link, and you can pop in there. You can talk wrestling with KG. You can talk gumbo with me. I don't know, whatever you want. AllDLLS.com. It is the DLLS Cowboys podcast. We're day 2 on Radio Row. We have already heard from Dak Prescott. We have heard from George Pickens. We have heard from Micah Parsons. CeeDee Lamb video bombed Clarence until he called him by his government name, and then he called Clarence a Fed. We have heard from Quinnen Williams. And last night was media night. And so we did have Tank Lawrence with answering some questions. And I just want to see, did Tank Lawrence go Captain Messi?
He didn't. He was, it's tough when you're at the podium. But we tried to get
He'd be messy with just you.
Yeah. But I could have got it one-on-one. Yeah, he would have been Tank, he'd have been like Rico, strap up, and didn't he say strap up? Buckle up?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
Why you always got to do that? Why your mind always go there? Why is your
It's not like he said strap on. He said, like you're.
Do you want to know why those men are treating you rough? Talking about Tank saying strap on. I mean, I don't know what's going on here in San Francisco, man.
Doing that, man. I need you to stop it, man.
Let's go to the clip. Let's
just go to the clip.
Stop being horny.
The clip, man.
We're going to give John 1 second. We also can't really communicate with John during the show, so I don't know when this is going to play, but at some point it's just going to pop up on your screen, and it's going to start playing. Until then, I'm going to look you dead in the eye unless I'm looking at the wrong camera. What are you guys doing out there? What?
Talk.
Hey, do we have any, what do you call those, any super chats? We got any super chats?
I don't know, but he's doing other stuff. You think
So
John
we
can
can't
go
do-
searching for
yeah.
super
Okay,
chats
so
while he's trying to do
What
the
do
other
they say
thing?
in the chat? Them haters in the chat, what do they say?
Yeah, we got any haters going on?
Of course, they want to fire Clarence.
Why?
They want to what?
Fire Clarence.
No, we don't need to do
At all
that.
times.
No, we don't
I
need
mean,
to do
it's
that.
just crazy.
No, he brings too much value to the situation.
So completely random, right?
Right.
So Jeff and I, we went to dinner last night,
We did.
and just a
I have not had a
stuff-
good dinner yet.
I agree.
I did not have a good dinner.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
I ordered a shrimp quesadilla. It was a bad idea.
bad idea. He was about to order a glizzy and
I was going to get calamari, fried calamari,
And
and
a
a hot
glizzy.
dog because they were both on the menu.
don't
And I
know.
wish I had,
San
honestly.
Francisco get a damn hot dog.
Like San Francisco has some sort of specialty we're missing.
I tried to get crab
But
cakes.
sourdough bread?
I got crab cakes. They were
Get seafood on any coast,
Don't they have a
anywhere.
Christmas wharf here?
What's that, John? Here's Tank.
Look at how healthy. Look at you, see? Yes, sir.
I could have sworn you were just.
You just want what?
No, I thought the Pro Bowl was in Vegas, but never mind.
I wasn't in
You were
Vegas.
down the street.
See? You tried so hard in so many years in Dallas, just being here. This how special is it for you? And can you think back from all those years when you couldn't get to this point?
Right, man. It's surreal, man. You know, it's a dream come true. Just, you know, just staying in the moment, trying to soak everything in. You know, try to answer as many questions as I can. You know, deal with this side of it, but you know, just it's a testament to, you know, just staying focused. You know, staying into what you truly believe in, and you know, I believe in the game of football. I believe in my technique and the way I play, and you know, I finally made it here.
And real talk, and you know, people are talking about the viral moment and the statement you made, but can you expound on that? You weren't really trying to take a shot at the Cowboys. You were just kind of being real about the situation. Just expound on your thoughts on that.
Yeah, like you said, just being real about the situation, understanding that, you know, football is not for long for any player, and you know, understanding my window of opportunity is closing. I don't have long to play this game, and you know, I have to win now, and just understood what Seattle was building up here, and just wanted to be a part of it.
Why couldn't you win in Dallas? Why couldn't they win in Dallas?
That's something for them to find out. You know, it ain't something for me to, you know.
Well, you said I'm not winning there.
Did Bryan send you the Rolex yet?
Yeah, because I'm winning here.
Right.
No, Marcus, you wear it.
Can't win in two places.
Have you spoken to Des Bryant about what type of Rolex you want to get?
Nah, man. We'll let Dez handle that. You know, he put the comment out there, so
You gonna bust it down or plain Jane?
He can handle it. He put the comment out there. He know what he got to go do.
Talk about being on a team with a lot of hungry dogs, because Dallas, it was just one or two of y'all, and now you got a pack of dogs. And how much has that made a difference for you in your game?
You know, you can't be saying that though.
DeMarcus, did I lie?
DeMarcus,
Let me answer the question, please.
I think the growth of, you know, the leaders throughout, you know, training camp and stuff, and then also, you know, having the young guys committed and willing to learn, it brought us closer together. But I think it heightened everybody's awareness of, you know, how to play football, but also how to play together.
How much more would you have gotten out of D-Law if it was just you and him? He clearly didn't care about talking to anybody else, but he wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, we could have got way more. Just it's more casual setting. You know, like even Jason Garrett, when you're at a podium,
Yeah.
you know, you can't
Catch him
really
at the
be
bar.
comfortable, huh?
Catch JG at the bar.
Yes.
You learn
know,
something.
Lemonades.
When you're at the podium, it's different than when you're at a one-on-one setting. You can be more relaxed in how you ask questions, how you answer questions, and things like that. But yeah, you know, I have a relationship with D-Law, and certainly he dapped me up when he walked to the podium, and you know, we got down to business about, you know, they ain't winning there, we winning here, right? You know,
And that's what you asked about, huh?
what is the point of asking?
Never beating the allegations.
Messy
I'm asking
mobile
something.
at the wheel.
As I always tell people, and I report from a Cowboys perspective, okay? Just like the Micah Parsons stuff. My focus is the Cowboys. And when I ask questions, whether it's Goodell or NFL, whether it's international games, from a Cowboys perspective, right? Goodell said yesterday the NFL will have a game in Mexico. Well, who you think is going to play in Mexico?
I don't know. I know you. I saw you say the Cowboys, but I bet everybody wants to play in Mexico because it's the shortest
Jerry has
time
never
zone wise.
gone to a international game, give up a home game, but he said he would for Mexico. And it's time for the Cowboys to give up a home game.
Does he have
nine home games.
that much pull that
Yes.
he gets to pick
Well,
where he
he's in-
goes?
He is in the Hall of Fame, man.
I know.
He is not giving up. He's the
Robert
only
Kraft
team-
not going to the Hall of
he's
Fame, by the
only
way.
team that's not giving up a home game, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it's time. But I'm just saying, so we report, we're in Dallas. Our focus is the Cowboys. We report from a Cowboys perspective, whether it's former players, current players, league issues. So, yeah, we got to talk to Tank about, he was in Dallas and he talked about it being surreal, getting to the Super Bowl after toiling for so long and failing to, he got 2 playoff wins in Dallas. He started with Romo, ended with Dak, 2 playoff wins, you know. And so there's some, you know, him getting to the Super Bowl, him talking about when he got to Seattle saying, I couldn't win in Dallas. You know, we're not winning there, you know, but we're winning here. And for him to get there, he didn't want to say that.
It hurts that he's right.
Yeah, he was right. He didn't want to say he was vindicated, but he said, and I wasn't, he said, I wasn't really taking a shot at the Cowboys.
Yes, you were.
But I was being real about the situation.
He was definitely taking a shot.
Which is a shot.
I would have been real about the situation.
Yeah.
Which it was. One other
It hurts that it's true.
Yeah, it hurts that it's true. And one other thing that, you know, Des Brown, big Cowboy fan on social media, bet Tank Lawrence a Rolex.
On social media. Like he's not in real life.
Yes, on social, he is a fan.
He's a big Cowboy fan in real life. My bad. But, you know, he bet Tank Lawrence, when Tank put that viral video out, he bet Tank Lawrence that he wasn't get the Super Bowl in Seattle. Bet him a Rolex.
Now, did Tank have to pay up if they didn't get to the Super Bowl? Because that's a long shot.
No, because Tank didn't lose.
Yeah.
I can tell you right
Dez
now.
lost.
Tank. Not that Dez can't afford it.
Make
You're
him
never
pay.
seen that Rolex.
Make him pay.
You're never seen
Dez
that.
Make him
owes
pay.
Tank a Rolex.
Dez still owes me a Beats by Dre speaker from a Christmas present when we were teammates back in 2010 or 11.
What do you mean he owes you that?
We were, so in the locker room, you are like your Secret Santa with other guys in the locker room.
Yeah.
Well, on the day of, Dez doesn't bring a gift for me.
Okay.
He's like, man, I ain't know what you want. I'm like, that's the thing about
That's the
Secret
point.
Santa.
You just get to pick something.
Secret Santa, you just, you pick something. Like we're all professionals here. We all have money. You pick a gift that's decent enough that you think that I would like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, what you want? I said, man, just give me one of them Beat by Dre speakers.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, man, got you.
Yeah.
14 years later,
Okay.
I've yet to see this Beat by Dre speaker.
That was
So
12.
if I
That was
could-
12. That was 2012.
2012, yeah.
Okay.
2012, 11, 12. So if I couldn't get a $200 speaker,
Yeah. You don't think you
I
could get
doubt
that
that
Rolex?
Tank gonna get a $10,000 to $30,000 to $50,000 Rolex.
What if the way Dez is thinking about it is, what you gonna do about it?
That's what he did.
He might be afraid of Tank.
Would you take Dez?
He ain't afraid of you. Stop asking him those questions.
Indianapolis.
I see you there, partner.
So basically, you know, Tank is famous for when he was a Cowboy player. We don't talk about how he handled the Joneses. He said about, you know, his contract and the cap. That's a you problem.
Yeah,
Not a
ain't my
me
problem.
Okay. So when I asked him about why can't the Cowboys win in Dallas, he said that's something for them to find out. It ain't something for me to find out. I'm here.
Are we allowed to poll for Tank to win the Super Bowl?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we are.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know a lot of fans get bothered when it's like, who cares? He's not here. Screw him. And I'm like, well, I mean, you can be like, I want my team to win and still have guys that played here that you like and you want them to do well.
Frustrating thing about that, Tank gave his heart and soul, but he got injured. Yeah,
But he answered a question poorly towards the end, so now everybody. But then he answered one question poorly towards the end, and so everybody's like, screw him.
We got tired.
He got tired.
Yeah.
We got tired.
But he wasn't a dog. I mean, in a sense, a bad dog, not a good dog. You know, it's a good dog.
He was a good dog.
You know, but you know, he gave it his all. He was the heart and soul of that defense for so many years, and it's good. Just like when everybody was happy to see DeMarcus Ware be rewarded to get to the Super Bowl. So yeah, we would like to see Tank get to the Super Bowl. We should. Cowboy fans should root. If there's a team you're gonna root for, you're gonna root for Seattle because of Tank Lawrence.
You know what would have been great? Is Tank versus Micah.
In the Super Bowl?
Not in the, obviously you can't.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, just in a postseason game, you put both of them out there after Tank said what he said, and Mike called him a hater, and Tank said, I'm talking about you.
And for the people that think I was messy, I did not ask Micah or Tank about each other.
Well,
See?
then you missed out
that.
there.
I'm just
You
just
missed the
saying.
point.
That's nice.
I did not, but because it wasn't.
Oh, that's the mess you wanted?
That was the mess I wanted.
Okay.
That's my kind of messy right there.
Green Bay's not here, huh, Tank? What happened there, you think?
What happened when you going to see Micah? Like, I don't want that kind of messy.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Anyway, we got all the Radio Row things coming for you this week. We got 3 more days out here on Radio Row in San Francisco, so we'll continue to bring you interviews. We got some things lined up for tomorrow. We'll have them throughout the week. We appreciate all of you guys hanging with us all week, so stick around. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, DLLS Sports, and we'll bring you everything we got, which is pretty much whatever.
Jesse front twerking at some point.
We're going to get Jesse front twerking at
No,
some
you're not.
point. We still owe you a foot race. So we're gonna get the things handled for you. We appreciate you rolling with us. Please smash the like button on your way out. And remember that you have no idea what anybody's going through. So be cool to everyone. We love you. Be easy.
Eliminate the contingencies.
We all silly like the mayor.